In the late 13th century, Anatolia was a land of turmoil. The mighty Byzantine Empire, which had once ruled the eastern Mediterranean for centuries, was crumbling. Amidst this chaos, a new power was emerging. A Turkic tribal leader named Osman I founded a small beylik, a principality in northwestern Anatolia. Osman and his warriors were fierce fighters and shrewd tacticians. They quickly gained a reputation for their military prowess, attracting more followers to their banner. Osman's descendants continued his expansionist policies, chipping away at the Byzantine Empire's crumbling frontiers. Bursa, a key city in Anatolia, fell to the Ottomans in 1326. The early Ottomans, though relatively few in number, were incredibly successful in battle. They faced larger, well-equipped armies, but often emerged victorious. The Ottomans' military success can be attributed to several factors. Their armies were highly disciplined and organized. They embraced new technologies like gunpowder weaponry. The Ottomans also benefited from the instability of their neighbors. The Byzantine Empire, plagued by internal strife and external threats, was unable to mount an effective defense against the rising Ottoman threat. By the mid-14th century, the Ottomans had crossed into Europe, establishing a foothold in the Balkans. The once small beylik of Osman was well on its way to becoming an empire. The Ottoman Empire's expansion reached its zenith under a succession of ambitious and capable sultans. Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, achieved what had eluded his forefathers for over a century: the capture of Constantinople. In 1453, after a 6-week siege, Ottoman forces breached the ancient walls of Constantinople. The fall of this iconic city, the last bastion of the Eastern Roman Empire, sent shockwaves throughout Christendom. Mehmed's victory marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. The Ottomans were now a major power in the Eastern Mediterranean. The empire continued to expand under Selim I, known as the Grim. Selim's reign was marked by rapid expansion eastward. He defeated the Mamluks of Egypt, bringing their territories under Ottoman control. Selim also defeated the Safavid Empire of Persia, securing the Ottoman Empire's eastern frontier. Selim's son, Suleiman I, known as the Magnificent, presided over the Ottoman Empire's golden age. Suleiman's reign from 1520 to 1566 saw the empire reach its greatest territorial extent. He expanded into Europe, capturing Belgrade and much of Hungary. Suleiman also consolidated Ottoman rule in the Middle East and North Africa. Under Suleiman's rule, the Ottoman Empire wasn't just a military power, it was a cultural powerhouse as well. Suleiman was a great patron of the arts and oversaw a flourishing of Ottoman culture. He commissioned grand mosques, intricate palaces, and impressive bridges. His reign is considered the peak of Ottoman power and influence. The 17th and 18th centuries marked a turning point in the Ottoman Empire's fortunes. The empire, once seemingly invincible, began to face a series of internal and external challenges that would slowly chip away at its power and prestige. Internally, the empire was plagued by economic problems. Inflation, a consequence of increased trade and the influx of New World silver, eroded the Ottoman economy. The once feared Janissaries, the elite infantry corps of the Ottoman army, became more interested in maintaining their privileges than in military effectiveness. Externally, the Ottoman Empire faced pressure from new rivals. The rise of European powers like Portugal, Spain, and later France and Britain challenged Ottoman dominance in the Mediterranean Sea and the Indian Ocean trade routes. The empire also faced a resurgent Safavid Empire to the east and a growing Russian Empire to the north. Despite these challenges, the Ottoman Empire was far from collapsing. The Ottomans proved adaptable, reforming their military and administrative systems to meet these new challenges. The empire continued to be a major power in the region, but the seeds of decline had been sown. By the 19th century, the Ottoman Empire, once a byword for power and might, was increasingly referred to as the sick man of Europe. The empire was in decline, plagued by internal instability, economic woes, and external pressure from European powers. The 19th century was a time of attempted modernization and reform for the Ottoman Empire. Successive sultans recognized the need to change if the empire was to survive. They implemented a series of reforms known as the Tanzimat, aimed at modernizing the Ottoman state and society. These reforms, while ambitious, were ultimately too little, too late. The Ottoman Empire continued to lose territory to nationalist uprisings in the Balkans and to the ambitions of European powers. The empire was dealt a fatal blow by its participation in World War I on the side of the Central Powers. Following the war, the Ottoman Empire was formally dissolved. From the ashes of the Ottoman Empire rose the Republic of Turkey. Led by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, a hero of the Turkish War of Independence, the new Turkish Republic sought to modernize and westernize Turkish society. The Ottoman Empire, after centuries of rule, was no more, but its legacy lived on in the heart of the new Turkish nation.